Today we have a very special opportunity to honor 5 young men: Alex Mills, Sean Hamilton, Kenny Lee, Jonathan Mitsuda, and John Mobley. As they join their Brotherhood of Eagle Scouts. My name is Russell Martin, and I am pleased to be serving as your Master of Ceremonies. I'd like to take this moment to introduce our special guest, Mr. Carlos Pinar Sr., our Scoutmaster. Mr. Jim Mather, Assistant Scoutmaster. Mr. David Ledford, Assistant Scoutmaster. And Mr. Carlos Bernal Jr., Chaplain for our invocation. Thank you for participating in this Eagle Court of Honor this afternoon. I would like to remind you that there will be a reception immediately after the ceremony. Please rise for the invocation presented by our chaplain, Mr. Carlos Bernal Jr., and for the presentation of the colors.
Please prepare yourself in the manner to which you are accustomed. Dear Lord, thank you for blessing us with 5 new eagles to our troop. We know that you have watched over these young men as they've grown in your grace through our scouting program. And we thank you for the opportunity to have a chance today to celebrate all of their accomplishments over the years. We bless the food that we will enjoy after this ceremony and all the hands that have made it, that it may nourish our bodies so that we may continue to do your will. Amen.
Amen. Please stay standing. Thank you, Carlos. Now I would like to invite Aiden DeRuiter, our Senior Patrol Leader of Troop 966, to present our nation's colors. Troop attention. Color Guard advance. Prepare to post the colors. Post the colors. Those in uniform, please salute. All others place your right hand over your heart. Scout salute. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. Ready, begin.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
2. Scout sign. Scout oath.
On my honor, I will do my best to do my duty to guard my country, to obey the Scout law, to help other people at all times, to keep myself physically strong, mentally awake, and morally straight.
Scout law.
Scouts trustworthy, loyal, helpful, friendly, courteous, kind, obedient, cheerful, thrifty, brave, clean, and reverent.
2. You may be seated. Thank you, Aiden, and the Troop 966 Scouts. Mr. Bernal will now lead the Scout Law Candle Ceremony.
The candle represents the spirit of the Scout, a spirit which burns right in the hearts of every Scout. Let us renew our spirit by reminding ourselves of the meaning of the Scout law.
Scout is trustworthy. A Scout's honor is to be trusted. If he were to violate his honor by telling a lie, or by cheating, or by not following direction for a given task, when trusted on his honor, he may be directed to hand over his Scout badge. A Scout is loyal. He is loyal to whom all loyalty is due. His Scout leader, his home, his parents, and his country.
A Scout is helpful. He must be prepared at any time to save a life, help injured persons, and share the home duties. He must do at least one good turn daily. A Scout is friendly. He is a friend to all and a brother to every other Scout.
The Scout is courteous. He is polite to all. He must not take pay for being helpful or courteous. A Scout is kind. He is a friend to animals. He will not kill or hurt any living creature needlessly, but will strive to save and protect a harmless life.
A Scout is obedient. He obeys his parents, Scoutmaster, patrol leader, and other duly constituted authorities. A Scout is cheerful. He smiles whenever he can. His obedience to orders is prompt and cheery. He never shirks nor grumbles at hardships.
The Scout is thrifty. He does not wantonly destroy property. He works faithfully. He wastes nothing and makes the best use of his opportunities. He saves money so that he may pay his own way. He is generous to those in need and contributes to worthy causes. He may work for pay, but not receive tips for courtesies or good turns. The Scout is brave. He has the courage to face danger in spite of fear and stands up for the right against the coaxing of friends or the jeers or threats of enemies, and defeat does not diminish him.
A Scout is clean. He keeps clean in body and thought, stands for clean speech, clean sport, clean habits, and travels with a clean crowd. A Scout is reverent. He's reverent towards God. He is faithful in his religious duties and respects the convictions of others in matters of custom and religion.
Thank you, Scout. You can return to your seat.
Thank you, Mr. Bernal. I would like to introduce Jim Mather from Troop 966 to explain the requirements for becoming an Eagle Scout.
Loud enough without it. That's the spirit. This afternoon, as we recognize Alex, Sean, Kenny, Jonathan, and John as Eagle Scouts. So what can the Eagle Scout do? Look at some of the things these young men have done in preparing to be an Eagle Scout. In terms of advancement, they have earned the Scout Badge and the ranks of Tenderfoot, Second Class, First Class, Star, Life, and now Eagle. To do this, to become an Eagle, a Scout must earn 12 required merit badges and another 9 elective. So if you guys are keeping score, that's 21 merit badges. That 21 serious college classes as far as I'm concerned. He is required to serve in troop leadership, positions for a minimum of 16 months, and spend at least 13 hours on service projects, not including the many hours of their individual Eagle projects. So what have these requirements taught them? Who is an Eagle Scout? First and foremost, of course, they're outdoorsmen. They know how to camp, swim, hike, build fires, use camp and backpacking stoves, find his way using a map and compass. He is required to spend more than 20 nights camping on sites that he has selected. On many of these outings, he has planned and cooked his meals. All these things they have done along their journey toward becoming an Eagle Scout. Congratulations, man.
Thank you, Mr. Mather. It is now time for the highlight of our program, the presentation of the Eagle Scout Award. I would like to ask Scoutmaster Carlos Bernal to make the presentation.
We have heard a lot this afternoon about what it means to be an Eagle Scout. Now we invite the candidates to share out with us some of their scouting experience with you and maybe a bit about the Eagle Project. Alex, would you please come forward? Sean, would you please come forward? Danny, would you please come forward? So can you share with us a little bit about your experience?
With scouting?
Yeah.
Well, for me, scouting started when I was in first grade with Tiger Cubs and Cub Scouts, and it's just scouting has just been a part of my life for the past 11, 12 years, and it's really taught me many things about just how to be respectful, how to be kind, how to just serve the community and respect the people around you. And one of my most fond memories of scouting was when we were on a 20-mile hike around a PV Loop trail, and I think I was 11 years old, and it was pouring rain. We had to hike 20 miles. Sadly, I got a stomach ache around 11, 12 miles, and then I had to quit. I dropped out of the hike. But me and my dad, we went and did our own 20-mile hike again, so then we hiked probably around 32 miles. But I just want to say thank you to all the people who supported me in my Eagle Scout, just to get to this point, because I could not have done it alone. I really could not. But yeah, scouting has just taught me so much, and it's been a great experience.
So scouting for me has been an experience. There's so much that goes into it. I've learned so much. It's been a ton of work. But I wouldn't have been able to do it with the help of the other Eagle Scouts behind me, family, friends. But I'm really happy that I stuck with it and that all these guys did too. Because when I first started, I didn't know any of them. But now they're some of my best friends. But one of my most, I guess, scouting experiences that I'll remember the longest was an outing at Joshua Tree. It was a rock climbing camp, and we set up tents and everything. Normally it's pretty fun, but this time we did the rock climbing in the evening and started getting really windy. Well, it didn't stop getting windy, and it kept getting windier and windier and windier. And so we didn't get much sleep that night. And when we woke up in the morning, we noticed that there was something weird, and we kind of opened our eyes and we noticed that our tent was on top of us. Like, it wasn't standing anymore. We start looking more and we see that the poles are all snapped too. We left our gear in a tent next to us, and we get out and we go look, and that tent is not where it was. It was more far out in the desert. And basically, we didn't have any breakfast because we couldn't get a fire started on the stove, and we lost a lot of things, broke a few tents, but even though it was cold, windy, miserable, it was probably one of my favorite outings. And that's just kind of what scouting is. I mean, you have those outings that are, most people would say, oh, that sounds miserable, or that's not what I'd want to do, but it's those things that you remember and those things that you really learn from. So for scouting, that's for me. Yeah. Thanks.
All right, so scouting for me has been a super long process. It started in first grade, and I finished probably like a month ago. So it's been amazing. I've made so many friends, all these guys, everyone in the crowd. We've been on so many backpacks, so many camping trips, and there's hard to like pinpoint any one favorite moment. But I'd have to say my favorite backpack was a 14-mile round trip, and we ran out of water on our way back home. And it was really fun because we were all struggling, but it turned out really good. And I want to thank everyone that was there for me. So, thank you.
So I started scouting when I was in first grade, and it's been a long process, especially since high school. Had to balance the scouting and football, which I don't know how I did it. And I learned a lot of valuable experience, one of them being as a public speaking. Scouting has really got me confident public speaker. I could not have done it without the help of my family, my friends, and everyone here. I'd say my favorite scouting experience would be when I was on summer camp, my first year of scouting, when I shot a 28 shotgun for the first time. And that was a fun experience. And yeah.
So I would just like to thank all of the people that have helped me through it, mostly the families in scouting, the Hamiltons, the Mitsudas, the Bernals, the Montoyas, the Bray family have all been such big help. My project, just helping me through the process. Of course, these people over here have been my rock, and I couldn't have done it without you, so thank you guys so much.
Carlos and Aiden, please come forward. Carlos and Aiden. Where's Aiden? Aiden. Where's the color guard? Color guard, would you please escort the parents forward? The parents of Alex Niels. Alex. Smith, please come forward. Julian, would you please escort the Hamilton's parents here, please? Kenny, would you please? Julian. Everybody's here. Your parents have undoubtedly been your primary source of help and strength for you. No one will ever know the number acts of self-sacrifice from your mother. I'd like you, mother, to pin the Eagle Medal on your uniform. Carlos, would you just give him that?
Punching onto his chest.
Glasses, I can't see.
He's got the first aid badge. You can figure it out.
In recognition to your mother's devotion, please present your mother with the Eagle Mother's Pin. Guys, come. Your father has been the source of much advice and guidance along the Eagle Trail. So I'd like you to present your father with the Eagle lapel pin. Now, the best part is this. Carlos and Aiden, will you please change the neckerchief from the Scouts to Eagles?
We must.
Color guard, would you please escort the parents to your seats? Now, it gives me the great pleasure to present you with the newest Eagle Scouts, Alex Mills, Sean Hamilton, Kenny Lee, Jonathan Mitsuda, and John Nolby. Eagle Scouts would like to take a moment to share with you a reflection of a person that has been an influence on his life during the time of scouting and present them with a mentor piece. Alex?
Well, this person has been, has been with me since perhaps the day I was born. He's told me many stories. He's told me a story of how at the beginning I just stared into his eyes for 10 minutes. I didn't say a thing and then I started crying. I was probably looking in a mirror for 50 years ahead of what I was going to look like. But anyway, my dad has been the most important supporter in my scouting career. He volunteered at my scouting troop for 7 years. Even when I took a break for a year and I didn't go to any meetings, he was still going to the meetings and, working hard and just supporting me. And I would not have been able to do this, to reach this point without him. Every single outing I went on, every single trip, he was there and just edging me on, telling me to go and just to go out there and do it. So I'd like to present this mentorship pin to my father, Scott Mills.
All right, so this person, they've been there for a long time, years, but they've pushed me to be my best, and yeah, we've butted heads quite a few times, especially when I get lazy and don't want to do any of the work. But they always get me to keep going, and without them, I wouldn't have been able to accomplish this. So my mentor would be my dad, Steve.
All right, so my person has been in the troop since it probably started, which was in like the 1900s. They've been around forever. 50 years, yeah. So they were here when I first joined the troop, and they're still here today. He leads all the backpacks. He's always at troop meetings. He's there for everyone. And he's pushed me to do a lot in scouting. There was a period of about like 1 or 2 years where I wasn't gonna go through with scouting and I was about to quit. But then this person took me aside and helped me finish my advancements. And I thought that was really awesome. So I'd like to present this to Mr. Lechford.
I actually have 3 mentors, so I'll go from the reverse order. This person, he helped me with my Eagle book. I could not have completed my Eagle book without him. And Mr. Carlos Brunel Jr. This next person, he really helped out my project. I could not have done my project without him. I would not be here without him. I'm really thankful for him. Mr. Ledford. since first day of scouting. I'm talking about scouting since when I was in first grade. He really helped me through my scouting career, especially with the Eagle process. Mr. Bray.
So this person, I talked about my family being my rock. This person is definitely my rock, always keeping me on the right path. Words can't even begin to describe how much he's put in time and effort. Honestly, probably more than I have in this scouting experience. My mentor is my mom.
As our program is started today, would you join with your fellow scouts in representing the Scout Oath? Now you will represent a new oath, the Eagle Promise. Though the words that you want to say are similar to those you have said many times before, this afternoon you will take a new, entirely new meaning when you pledge yourself on your sacred honor. You will be sealing your oath with the words that closely are to the Declaration of Independence. At this time, I would like all Eagle Scouts present here to join us there in the front. You will be rededicating yourself by representing the Eagle Scout Promise with your new Eagle Scouts. Before we begin, could I ask each of the Eagle Scouts to state your name and the year you became Eagle?
Carlos Bernal, May 2015.
Jim Mather, 1977.
David Ledford, 1961.
Mark Springers, 2017.
David Gruder, 2018.
Samuel Light, May 3rd, 2018.
Ken King, 1949.
So, would you please repeat the Eagle Scout Promise?
Scout sign. I reaffirm my allegiance.
I reaffirm my allegiance
to the three promises of the oath.
to the three promises of the oath.
I thoughtfully recognize.
And
take upon myself.
The
obligations and responsibilities. Of an Eagle Scout. On my honor, I will do my best. make my training an example,
to make my training an example,
my rank and my influence
my rank and my influence
count strongly for better scouting
count strongly for better scouting
and for better citizenship
and for better citizenship
in my troop,
in my troop,
in my community,
in my community,
and in my contracts with other people.
and in my contracts with other people.
To this, I pledge my sacred honor.
To this I pledge my sacred honor.
Two.
You may return to your seat.
Now I would like to introduce Assistant Scoutmaster Mr. David Ledford to present the new Eagle Scouts with the Eagle Charge.
Amen. Becoming an Eagle Scout is a great honor and a great responsibility. Will you please rise? This chapter of your scouting adventure is coming to an end. You have completed what only a small percentage of scouts have done, and your achievement is recognition of your perseverance and ability. I believe that your Eagle Award will have meaning far beyond scouting itself. The things you have done, the leadership and sense of honor you have developed will mean more to you than a certificate or a piece of ribbon. You will have more opportunity to be of service to your fellow man through school, work, and scouting because of what you know you can do. I challenge you to always remember and live by the promise you have made as a scout and all the codes you have agreed to that you would follow. You share a common experience. You know the value of honor, loyalty, courage, and service. The bond among Eagle Scouts extends not only in scouting, but to the world beyond. For the rest of your life, you are marked men, an Eagle Scout. Do not settle. Serve your rank well. Congratulations and welcome to the Brotherhood of Eagle Scouts.
Thank you, Mr. Ledford. This afternoon has been a great cause to celebrate the achievements that these young men have had. Thank you for your time to participate in this wondrous event. Let's give our newest Eagle Scouts a round of applause. I now call Carlos Bernal Jr. to give our benediction.
Stand up.
Please prepare yourself in the manner to which you are accustomed. Lord, we thank you for all the excellent examples of Eagle Scouts that we have received today. Bless these 5 young men as they continue on their journey beyond scouting through their lives, embodying everything that you have allowed them to learn through your grace. Keep all of us in your memory and in your eyes as we continue to serve you through our own separate ways, and that we may all be enriched by these excellent examples. In your name we pray. Amen.
This concludes today's Eagle Scout Court of Honor. I would like to thank you again for sharing this day with us, and we invite you to stay for the reception. Let's eat.